Hey everybody. So today we're going to be verifying the verifier. This is going to be an intro video for beginners. I'm going to cover a lot of the technical stuff and the bigger concepts. I'm going to go slow. So we want to make sure our software is authentic. There's two ways that we can do this. One's by comparing checksums. And one's by verifying signatures. The second one, verifying signatures, requires this software, requires using some kind of PGP software. Doing the checksums doesn't. So take note that we can't use this software that we just downloaded to verify itself, right? So if we look at gnupg.org and we're in their download section, integrity check, they make this note. But they also talk about verifying the file first, which actually, if we look at these instructions, we're going to follow this because I think this makes more sense. Because we can download the software, do the checksum, then install the software or update it, and then verify the signature. So this makes more sense to me to do first. But they do make a really clear point when talking about comparing checksums. And why don't I just read it? So they also talk about using an old version of PGP to verify the new version, but I don't know anybody who has this. Maybe if you're best friends with Snowden, he can give you his old version. But I think most of us have to start with comparing checksums. So the key point is, with this, when we verify PGP software the first time or when we're updating it, we always got to compare the checksums. That's the super critical piece. And they make really good points here. So let me read this. So they even say, don't use the, so we're talking about comparing the checksums with on other websites. And they make this a great point. We need to find the announcement, find these hashes on several other websites and make sure it's consistent. They say don't use the information on this website, but find it on multiple other websites. We'll talk about this more in a minute. But they also just say that very clearly. And the whole point is, this makes it more difficult for an attacker to trick you into installing a modified version of the software. So that's really clear. We're going to use these really clear instructions from GPG tools. But note, and we'll be familiar with this in just a minute, but these instructions, although they do provide the hash and fingerprints, just the instructions themselves aren't very good. So take note. When we're ready to download, we can also check the authenticity of this website by coming to it from other websites. So here I did a GPG search. Here I looked under Wikipedia, and following all these links, their Twitter, following all these links takes us to, is the address at the top the exact same? It's the exact same except for one has www. So we won't use that, but they all are the same. Let's take a look at the download section. So there's actually three different versions of the software. Here it says the source code releases. This is the first version, and this is the best version. But these are tarballs, and so this software you need to build from source. So this is an advanced practice, so we won't be able to do this. Not yet, but we can do this, the binary releases. So note that this and above, these are different software. Here are two options, being beginners. And again, note that these are different software, maybe packaged together by different people. So this is PGP Tools, and they have a Twitter account you can check out. And here's the other one with Patrick Brunschwick. And so these two versions of the software are going to be super similar, but they're not identical, just so you know. So we can choose either one. How do we choose? So let's start with the top one first, Mac GPG, and this is from a PG Tools project. Oh, we can see at their website at the top, these guys are up to date. They've got the new version available for Monterey, so that's a good sign. If we scroll down, we can see they don't offer any other versions. This is only for Mac. We can see they also provide the GPG signature file, which we'll use later to verify the signature. And they provide the checksum, which we'll compare against ours, 828. So that's good. And if we look at the bottom of the page, hopefully you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the page is their public key, 85, E3, 8F, 69. So that's good. But we want to also check, and especially their their fingerprint is the easily identifiable version of their public key. So let's search for it and see if we can find any other websites that also confirm their public key. And we do see some articles by Gizmodo that have the same public key. By searching for their fingerprint. So I did find this, and this has been here for, if we look under the revision section, we can see this has been here for since 2015. And compared this fingerprint on two different websites, two reputable websites. GitHub is pretty reputable, and it's been here for years, so that's good. Next, I searched for the Checksum, which is the unique hash of the file, of the downloads file, and I searched for that and didn't get anything. No big surprise. Let's also search for it like this, but no more results. So this is unfortunate because we really want to compare the fingerprints and the hashes, the Checksums, across multiple websites, in multiple ways. The best, again, is to meet in person and confirm. So let's keep doing some more research. This is their website. They have a great tutorial section, so that's a big plus. We're going to use this instructions to verify our checksums. We check out their Twitter. They are on Twitter. What would be so cool is if they posted their fingerprint here as well. And then when they did every new release, they posted the Checksum, the hash, so that we could compare. Because only having one place, there's only one place that we can find that gives us this 828 Checksum. And this is a critically important piece of information. So this is unfortunate, but it is the way it is. And we can only, I've asked them, I tweeted at them and asked them, is this your fingerprint? Is this the proper Checksum? But I haven't heard a reply. So they're on Twitter. You can see here's their GitHub page. You can check out the contributors and check out so you can do more research here. So that's the first project. That's this one. That was Mac GPG. All right. And again, that was this one. So now let's look at the second one. The second one is GNUPG for OS X. And this one takes us here to this website, sourceforge.net. And we can see who posted this. It's Patrick Brunschwick. And so we'll do some more research about that. First, I looked down, and here's the two versions that he offers, but we want the stable long-term, this one. Here's the hash, which I searched for in a minute. And down here is his fingerprint. And so I searched for both of those, and his fingerprint came up with tons of results. So here's his website, and his fingerprint is there. Here's the fingerprint. And so this really makes me confident that this guy, that's his fingerprint. Whereas with the other one, we only got one verification. I only found it in one other place. So that was good for Patrick. Found his fingerprint everywhere. We didn't find the hash of the file. What else? Again, to go see. So if we look at his profile, we can see he's also involved in this project. We can check him out on Twitter, and we can see he's involved in this project. He's not on Twitter, and he's got a Wikipedia page. And here's his GitLab, and he's pretty active there. He's not active on GitHub, but we're just doing research, checking out his website. And it looks like this. So, have you decided which one you will install? Mac GPG or GNU PG for OS X? I think they're both good choices. So now let's move into the technical verification process, and I'll guide us through both. So, if we click on Mac GPG, we'll go to GPG Tools, and here is where we'll use their support guide. Remember, it's under the knowledge base. And the bottom tutorial, how to verify the downloaded GPG suite. And we'll use, so again, these are the two methods we're going to do. We're going to verify the checksum and then verify the signature. They say verification possible without GPG installed. So we're going to download the software, we're going to do this check, and then we're going to install the software and do this check. Even if you, and we'll do this for both software. So it says we need to download it. So here is the software. It's a DNG file, maybe you can see. Make sure your version is accurate, and between you can look in there for about my Mac under version. So then we're going to download it and save the file. And we'll also, hey guys, sorry that download took forever. So I actually downloaded everything and moved everything onto into folders on my desktop. So the one now we're gonna check, so now this is downloaded. We have this on our computer, we downloaded it. We want to compare the checksum from this to the one they post right here, 828. So how do we do that? So we download it, okay, we downloaded it, and now we open up the terminal. And how do you open up the terminal? You can do the launchpad, and here, and there it is. So there's the terminal, and let's see, I know the terminal looks crazy, but it's actually pretty easy going. We might have to do a couple commands like pwd, print working directory, and that shows us where we are, and a few other ones, or like changing directory, cd. So I think we actually need to cd into the desktop, change directory into that, and you can see it changed. Now we're in the desktop. And we'll even, because this folder is on the desktop, now we'll change into this folder. Oh, you know what? We don't even have to do that. I'm sorry. We don't even have to do that. We can do this from anywhere. Because, I'll show you in a second, because we're just going to actually drag, not that file, this file, this is the program, we're going to actually just drag and drop this into the terminal. So let's go back because we do need to type in this command into the terminal. Checksum /a 256. So Checksum /a 256. And then we can just drag the DMG file, not the SIG file. We can just drag this, we can just drag this right in here. And it'll give us the path, so we don't actually have to change that directory. We will later when we're verifying signatures. But anyways, so we just plug it in, push enter, and it computes the hash. So here's the file. So we just typed in this, and we just got out 828. And then again, it tells us which file it is. So this is a unique hash. We just produced it from the file on our computer that we have. And this is the one we're going to double click in a minute, and that'll download, that'll install. Downloading and installing are different. That'll install the program on your computer. So 828, we want to we want to check this, we want to compare this with this 828. Now they don't make it easy because this thing disappears, so I double click on it, go for a search, and then I have it up here, 828, and then I can pull this over a little bit. So you don't have to worry about one digit being off. You just want to skim through it kind of carefully. 828 DF 766, one digit. So that is accurate. That is what they say is the hash. So if we can also confirm this hash and we can confirm this more, that would be better. But remember, we talked about that before. Okay, so now let's do it with the other one. Let's do it with Pat's. So, how did we get there? We were back here at downloads. This was the other version. And it took us to SourceForge or SourceForge.net, right? So here's the DMG file, here's the signature file. If we click them and download them and save them, it'll pop up. Save it, and you can maybe see it, and you can grab it and drop it. And I already did this, and they're right here. And so I made a new folder on my desktop, and I called it Pat's. So what we want to do is we want to do the same mathematic function. Remember, it doesn't matter where we are. We can be here. That's fine. If we push the up arrow, it'll scroll through our last commands, and we can just erase the name of the other file, and we can drag and paste, remember, the DMG, and enter, and let's see, that looks familiar, CC something something FF, let's see, let's go back again. Oh, this is okay. Here's where we want to be. So we're verifying the SHA-256, right? So let's see. This is what they post on their website. This is what we independently computed on our on our machines at home. Sorry, I just want to line it up so we can compare very easily. So, this, in the terminal, this is what we crunched away on our computer from the file we had in our folder, and we're comparing to what they post on their public website, and we can see it's the same one. Yeah, so that's good too. Okay, so now that we've verified the checksum, let's verify the signature. And in order to do this, we need to have PGP already installed on our machine. So if you don't, assuming you've installed it, you can just go to your Launchpad, and maybe it's under Key, GPG keychain. So yours will be empty if this is the first time you're using it. So these are all your friends. These are the people who are signing the software, and these are their fingerprints. And again, the fingerprint is just an easy to read way to verify someone's public key. So there's lots of ways we can get everybody's information. We can look up their key and search by email or fingerprint. Also, I'm sorry, I'm not online right now, but also there are files here's the import our public key, and you can see that's a ASC file. And maybe I'll splice in. Okay, another cool way to import someone's public key, like here, for example, here are 4 people's public keys. So what we can do, sometimes you'll find this, and you can copy the whole thing from the very beginning, begin PGP public key block, all the way to the bottom. And how's everybody doing? So when we do, hope all's well. Blessings and blessings. Okay. So if we do the whole entire thing, every last slash end public key block slash, and then we copy it into our keyboard. Oh, how anticlimactic. Well, it'll be a surprise for you when your PGP keychain will pop up, and it'll say, "We detected someone's public keys in your clipboard. Would you like to import them?" And if you do, then you import them. So that's another way you can import keys. Videos of showing that, how to do that later. Okay, so we have our friend. So who are the 2 people we want to have in our keychain? We have Patrick and GPG tools. So these are the 2 we need for today's project. So how do we verify the signatures? Again, let's go back to the tutorial. Sorry, this isn't perfect. My internet's down, but let's keep going. So how to verify the signature? So you download the software and the signature file. So we did that here, and with both of them, we already have this. We have the DMG software and the signature file, and we have them in our keychain. So I think we are ready to go. And they make a good point. Both the DMG and the SIG file must be in the same folder. So that's why I put these in folders. And now you can just double click either file, and we'll see the verification result. And it should look something like this. And as they note here, an untrusted signature, this is to be expected and nothing to worry about. And you should check out this really interesting article. So again, how do we do that? We go back to our files. We double click on them, go down to Services, and then over to Open PGP, Verify Signature of File. And there we go, untrusted signature, and this is the fingerprint that we were expecting. That's the same one that's going to be on their website too, right in the bottom corner. Okay, so that was good. So we got a confirmation. And let's try with Pat's. And either one, we can click Services, Verify Signature. And it's good. So one more quick tip is to make sure that the file names are identical, except for that the signature file should have an extra .sig, but they should be identical. If they are identical, it'll work. But if they aren't identical, if one little thing is different, then when we try to verify it, the result for Dad? No. Maybe because it's not case sensitive? Let's find out. This is all happening live, people. I think that's gotta be a negative. That can't work. Yay! No signature found. So, there you see, that's the point. These have to be identical, although I guess we just discovered not case sensitive. Fascinating. Hey everybody, I hope this video helped. I'm Key Monkey. I'm no expert, so let me know if I made any mistakes. Hit me up on Twitter at OceansForAll. Here's the fingerprint of my public key. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hodl safe.